questions because I know her brother is in hospice care right now. So I know that she's in and out of the facility as he's transitioning. So she's probably going to be up and not sleeping very well because of that. And also she takes, I'm sure, cat naps throughout the day.
See, I can't do that because I have appointments and all that. I decided I want to be in the morning. And so as I'm doing my servicing, I can just participate in the morning, but I'm gonna have to live it at night. So but I think you guys were talking because I like to take things in and chew on it, and then the next day, clarification. So when you get around talking about sponsorships, I do have some questions.
Yes, ma'am. And Queen Ursula was about to hop in there before I so rudely cut her off. Hey, Queen.
Hey, how are you, Queen?
I am tired.
Oh, okay.
Because we went to bed at 3:30, and then I had to hop up before my morning meeting this morning. But my energy is flowing. But as soon as I hop on my Peloton, it's going to be on.
Yeah, I went to sleep, but my brain didn't. I had all kinds of dreams last night about, it's like, oh my Lord. And then
oh my God, I had dreams too. I can't believe it. But go ahead. Wow.
Yeah, because what's happened is that I think there are portions of my brain that's being stimulated right now that has been asleep for a while. It is like, holy smack, yeah, let's go. It's been crazy. But just FYI, when I got off, the cyberspace stuff had gotten a hold of my phone, and I heard, as it did that, Sean saying my name and YCO's name, and I didn't know what he said, but I need to let you know that I have an appointment coming in at 11, so I will be getting off at that time. So if I can help with anything up until that point, I'm in. After that, it's on.
Yeah, I'm going to let you share with them, Queen, because I'm fixing to go make my coffee. See, that's why I'm not quite cracking yet. I got to get my coffee because my son walked up with my creamer, so I got to go make me some more creamer. I'm one of those. I got to make the cream.
Okay.
I would love it if you shared with Queen Kenyatta what we talked about, like the calendar and just some of the highlights of what we hit kind of last night, so she can kind of catch up a little bit.
Okay, so, good Lord, there was so much we talked about. But the final thing that we ended up saying was that we would have a calendar that would help us keep track of each other so that we can support each other in the rooms that we have. So if someone is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then someone else is on Tuesdays and Thursday, and some in the morning, some in the afternoon. But if we are aware of those time frames, then we can map out our week to be the most supportive as possible. And the other thing we discovered is that the calendar is also Black owned. So that was an additional motivation for us to pursue the connection with that particular company. So that was exciting. Also, tomorrow at 9 a.m., I think it is, Bam will be talking about how that organization works and doing a deep dive so that we can better represent what they do. And just got off one with ICE, and he was explaining his process as well. I don't know when that's going to be repeated. I didn't realize it was this morning. I just happened to find it. So using that as a rule, then maybe on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, it appears, is when he's giving his briefing. And go ahead.
Can you just quickly remind me who ICE is associated with?
It's a interest cancellation. I forget the last part. But
okay, I saw that. That's what I saw that. So that's different than what what's his name? The Pill is doing.
No, he changed his name. He rebranded. That is the same person.
Oh, goodness gracious. I didn't know that because we had that Zoom today at 1 o'clock Central with him.
Okay. I hope I got all that right. And that's pretty much what I remember. Because I think you were there. You were there for the first part, right? Yes.
Yes, actually, I was.
Okay, you're breaking up.
Once Sean came in, he, was answering questions, and he did a deeper dive, and he were helping people who were interested in becoming different types of, I guess, members and having the diamond. So he spent a lot of time there answering questions, open it up for questions. But I guess the question I had as I was thinking about this, because I'm trying to think about my topic. So I didn't, go and sign up. I got to get the name first and the date and time. But one question I had is, and I just want to make sure, like I could start a room, but I'm new to Clubhouse and really new to a lot of social media, so I don't have a lot of followers. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I know we're there to help each other, but are these sponsoring companies sometimes will pop in? I guess once we bring members over there, then they would definitely be wanting to pop in sometimes, or no? Because I know they have large crowds. I didn't know if you know the answer to that.
I'm sorry, I got interrupted by a call. Did you get your question answered? Francis? Did you get your question answered? I got interrupted, and I was trying to do things with the phone.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to leave the kitchen. It's really far. That's what I see. It feels far, even though I can see it. When it comes to the partnership with the sponsors and you being fairly new to Clubhouse, I would recommend collaborations for you until you build up your following. And you don't have to collaborate with just one person, but make sure it's with someone that you are actively connected with here on the 10KCARDS house, because we're already going to know the rules. We're going to know which sponsors we're supporting, because if you go to 10ksponsors.com, they're right there. And I'm glad you're coming into the meeting today, because I do want us to offer some helpful guidance when it comes to the pill method and his ICE program, because I know that there's a need for clarity on his direction and helping him to qualify who his audience is. Because even for me, what I do, Queen Valley's here, let me pop her up here real quick. For me, I like to run my ideas past others, especially when it comes to technology things or anything that I'm talking about there, because I want to bounce it off someone else to see how it feels to them, to see if it's common to them, because you can get so ingrained and so inundated in your field that technical speak is natural for you. Like, let's say Queen Ursula is talking to someone about book publishing and the software that she uses. She'll throw out the name InDesign, and they won't know what in the world InDesign is. They'll think she's talking about designing something. That's where bouncing things off of people in the room who may not be an expert at what you do, but kind of understand the direction you're going, is so helpful. And that's why I like what 10K did last night with Dawn, who is an absolute sweetheart and super, super genius in the space of looking at how to save and cut interest rates. I mean, that is his specialty. I like what 10K did because he said if a 4-year-old cannot understand it, then perhaps we need to relook at things. And he's absolutely correct. Because people don't, if they have to think too hard about something, they're hitting the leave button and they're hopping to another room where they're being entertained. It's the Netflix generation. We got to just deal with it. That's my 2 cents. Yes, Queen Ursula.
I'm going to answer the question I thought I heard before I got into cyberspace stuff. You were asking about the fact that you don't have a lot of followers and possibly how to increase that number. If in fact that's what you were asking, I was going to share about.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so I'm new as well, and the first thing that happened for me was I had no picture, no bio, and I was just popping in and out of rooms, and totally traumatized. I wasn't saying anything to anybody, and then I found someone that I knew, and I back-channeled her and said, "Hey, girl," and she responded pleasantly, and then she told me, "Get a picture and add to your bio." And as soon as I did that, I was invited to speak in a small room. So I was able to get over that experience, and it was a pleasant experience, and everybody in that room followed me. So I said, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So I popped into another room, and the same thing started happening. And then when I started following other people, they start following me. And it's almost like when you say something that resonates with people, they will then follow you. And it's been a cheap thrill to see when people say, "Oh, they like what I said." And it causes you to think more about what you're sharing and wanting to be of value to people. And not just floating around absorbing, but also giving. So that worked for me.
Thank you for that. And when you talking about your bio, you mean the one, I saw a bio on, which I'm working on Instagram, but the bio where on your?
Well, I was actually talking about my Clubhouse bio. And truthfully, it's not anywhere near what I want it to be now, but what she made me realize is any bio is better than no bio. So okay. I immediately put something out there that said who I am and what I do. And then as I see what other people are doing, I'm adding to it or taking away from it. But the 10K card is the bomb when it comes to introducing who you are. I mean, once they click on that, they got me.
Okay, because that's what I have, and I'm not sure. When I joined a week ago, Mikala was saying, okay, just download this, do this. So I'm just following without absorbing. So I have to go back and look to see because when I click on me, I see the 10K card. But I need to make sure that I understand where the bio is, and I have that language in there to describe what I can bring to the table. So, but I thank you very much for that.
And I'm with you in that I'm systematically I'm systematically going back through and making whatever I have joined relevant to me. Like I sent my first invoice using payment last night. That was cool. And so that helped me learn that process because I'm using it as I need it and as I would like to expand my reach or my systems or improve my systems. So that's my early experience.
And that's good. I have not signed up for payment yet because I'm trying to figure out how I could use it. And I think I've come up with a way because a lot of what I do, I get paid from my, from the companies that I deal with. But I am coming up where I can use payment. And I have a question a concept that I want to throw out there to see if you guys think this is something that would be of interest. Because I see a lot of people, kind of talking about same things, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to start a room. And I'm thinking no one is talking about the banking concept. I remember that guy last night. I was in a room with a lot of people. And he was new, and he was working with a financial advisor. And I think I mentioned this last night. And the financial advisor was trying to help him essentially get funds for working capital. And the strategy that he told him, I can understand that way, but that was not the best way for what he was trying to do. And being that I came from banking, I was thinking maybe I should share, and I got to get the snappy title with people, what banks look for when you're trying to get open a business account, or when you're trying to get business credit cards, or when you're trying to get a business loan.
Is regarding financial matters. So I suggest that we table that part of the discussion, because we don't want to get into the murky territory of giving out financial advice unless we are kind of certified or allowed to do that. And it's only because I'm in the financial industry, I know to be careful when we're talking about that. And Clubhouse does monitor these conversations. But I think that is a fantastic question. But perhaps we need to table that for now when it comes to the specificity of the financing. I typically leave those to the rooms who have certified folks in there who are qualified to talk about it. Because what I don't want to do is lead people down a pathway that is not going to give them some sort of financial result. Like, for example, Don is up here, King Reggie's up here, King Don, King Bam. King Bam is in the building? Oh, geez, oh, snap. Oh, it's so wonderful. Yes. But we want to make sure we leave it to those who are actually certified. So, no disrespect, Queen. I really appreciate that. But that's a powerful statement, and it's definitely one that needs to be had. But it's so heavily regulated. We want to make sure that we have the right folks in the room to talk about that information. And because we have so many VIPs in the house, I mean, I'm just overwhelmed. We want to give them a chance to jump in because I know their schedules are so full. Sam, how you doing today, sir? King, how are you?
I am great. I am grateful, and I am honored to have the opportunity to be on this stage at this moment. And I want to close with this. I have more time than every business person I know. I'm frank.
I have to interrupt that. No capping on the app. Sorry. When I'm in a room, that's a cap right there. I'm 20 years younger than you, and I'm taking your direction.
Well, let me include, since the King 10K came in with that buzzer. I created an equation about 15 years ago, and that equation is T plus M equals E. And for those of you that already know it, I don't want you to answer. However, I had the pleasure of being on a blog talk radio show 15 years ago with a Dogon. For those of you that do not know about the Dogons created the mathematics to build the pyramids. So I would say that's not capping. It's scientifically sound. T equals time. M equals money. Anybody on the stage, do you want to throw out a guess as to what the E stands for those that have not gotten this equation? And then I'll break it down, and then I'm going to go back to silent. Time plus money equals E. And by the way, only one person in over 15 years has gotten what the E stands for. What does the E stand for? Anybody on the stage?
Energy?
All right. Nope, that's 15 years. I I would have gotten an E in 15 years. Let me go ahead and answer it. It's euphoria. Let me share with you how it works. Most people with lots of time, think of homeless people all over the country, typically time galore, no money typically, okay? Think of people that have lots of money. Most people with lots of money have no time. So when you get time plus money, do the definition of euphoria. It's an out-of-body experience. It's hallucination because most people trade time for money. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message, and I'm done speaking. Bam! Bam! How many bams do I have to say? Bam! 3 bams. Okay.
Oh, that's as close as I can get to the bam, y'all. Thank you, King. We appreciate you. And you even brought King Reggie in here. King Reggie, you were hanging with us last night. Did you tell him that Clubhouse 10K cards after dark is off the chain if you can hang with us that long?
I did get to mention it, Queen, so he definitely knows and is aware. Bam.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to circle back up. I really appreciate all of you. Queen Valley, I saw you pop in. You have one of the most beautiful smiles. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing good. Hopefully everybody's doing well on this beautiful Monday. Cannot believe it's almost September. So what are we talking about? I see the networking smarter on Clubhouse, but it sounded like we were talking about followers. So I'm just trying to figure out what the conversation is about.
Oh, we were doing popcorn a minute ago before the room got full. So we're still on our 10K sponsorship and talking about sponsorship and how we're going to move and operate in the Clubhouse streets. Move and operate smarter, not harder. So we discussed last night that we are going to have a calendar, and I'm setting it up through a African-American owned company called Calendly that we all use and just did not probably know that it was African-American controlled and owned. So we're going to support that, and we will have that link included, and it will have a calendar link so that we can support one another as we are setting up our sponsorship rooms, so we don't conflict with one another, we accompany one another, and that we can also support each other and jump into each other's rooms, because we're a family here, and we are moving up higher and flying high together. So that's mainly the gist of what we've been talking about this morning, trying to catch up on the conversation we finished out last night as well. So that's where we are. And also, as an announcement, BAM has their Clubhouse meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock, correct, gentlemen?
Yes, 9 a.m. Pacific time is our standard. Thank you.
9 Pacific Standard. Oh, so that's 11. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, I don't think I can ever make the 9. And then King Dawn has a Zoom that if you are available tomorrow, I believe it's at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And King Sean is going to send out that link because we need to, for those of us that are supporting the Pill Method, we need to go in to understand it so that we know what kind of message we need to give out there to the world, just like we understand BAM and 10K cards. You know, we need to be all speaking the same language and headed in the same direction. So, Queen, you're welcome to hop in there as well. And I'll have the calendar set up today, so we'll be able to pop in those links on the calendar also that we will have access to, because, you know, unless you tell somebody, nobody's going to know the link is there for that. So basically, you know, we'll have that link active. So that's where we are, Queen. Let's see. Yes, ma'am.
Where's the link going to be? Where are you going to have the link at?
Oh, sorry. I was on mute. At 10ksponsors.com, we're going to, 10K is adding a link that will show all of the upcoming sponsors rooms. And within that, there will also be a link for scheduling the calendar. I don't know exactly how it's going to look, but I know it's going to be linked to that. Oh, yes.
Just to touch base, guys. I just got back to my beautiful house, thank God. Every Wi-Fi outside. So, guys, let me explain to you how fully transparent we are here as a company. Valley, you in the building?
Yes, sir.
All right, take a look at this, Valley. I'm going to show you guys the level of transparency that we practice within 10K cards. I partnered with a young man that had the technical ability to connect with influencers. And in exchange, influencers will be promoting a selected group of clients that are actually paying to grow their followers organically. Whenever I collaborate with someone, I'm watching their skill set. I'm looking to see what's going to come of it. And if I'm not satisfied along the journey, I will cut their fucking neck off. So what happened, in 2 months, I was promised within 30 days, this gentleman can use this connection organically. The word here is organically. He can use this connection organically to get an account to 10,000 with organic followers. It was going to cost us some money. We're going to do some promotions and collaboration, and we'll make it happen. All right, no problem. When I saw it, almost 30 days passed, and Valley's account did not grow 10% to the 10,000 I was promised, I literally called him and tell him everything is over. The end. So what to do, Valley? All the money that we spent regarding trying to boost your account, all that money will be write off as a loss, and you're going to get a full refund on that campaign that you went on. This is why, whenever someone comes into my circle, and I think they're going somewhere, I think they have something, I'm going to take a shot on them, no problem. But if that ship does not fucking sail the way it should sail, I'm going to take the haircut, and I'm going to fucking slice the neck off. So with regards to the 10K swipe up, we're going to discontinue that completely. And then we're going to start using our organic growth that we're aware of on the app, and we're going to start supporting and pushing each other. Just like Tiffany just mentioned, we're going to create a calendar, and then we're going to start scheduling different events. And then based on your availability, you'll be able to pop in from room to room. Okay? That's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2, the wise CEO, Tiffany, had a not so pleasant encounter with one of the members that we were collaborating with. And just because of one team member's discomfort with that organization, I'm going to completely separate myself from them. And I'll tell you guys why. Tiffany is the first person that came into the 10KCARDS ecosystem and got BAM in 20 minutes. Tiffany is the first individual that said, I am completely in love with the BAM effect. Ursula also mentioned it, but the reason I keep highlighting Tiffany did all her research on BAM and came back within 20 minutes? Tiffany, I want you to share your experience with understanding and having your eye-opening moment with BAM. Share that with us for a second, please.
Yes. At first, I logged on to the website. Then I realized, I'm on the wrong website. So I went to bam.eco. And when I looked at the outline of how everything was laid out, and that it was basically instantly, I knew it was affiliate. And so I started clicking on the affiliates that I am already in relationship with, like Beachbody. Everybody knows if they're the workout app, I probably have it. So I went to those that I was affiliated with in that category, not just that one, but that one primarily because it's the most recent that I logged into. And then I saw where it was leading me because I have been a Beachbody coach before. And, you kind of get signed up as a default when they first started. And I had dived into that. So I knew a lot about some of these relationships already. So when I saw that, I said, you know what? This is just like the Amazon affiliate program. So basically, it's an affiliate site that's leading you to all the relationships. But here's the thing that I like. I have to normally go out and search and spend so much time looking for affiliates. Are you with Commission Junction? Are you over here with this company? Are you with that one? How do I find your affiliate program? Because some of them are not easy to find. Because if I'm sold on you, I want to partner with you because I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. I'm going to tell everybody. So I should be able to benefit from that so that my membership at some point might be free. And then I can reallocate. My goal is always to reallocate funds to charity. So that's kind of how my brain works. If I'm saving, let's say $100 a year on Beachbody because I'm recouping that because that's how much it is for the app for the year, then that's $100 I can help a sister out like we did last night. Or I can use that money to give to an organization. And it just creates this constant cycle of giving. That's why I like affiliates, because that's the pot of money that I give away to charity. So when I saw the way that everything was laid out, my brain naturally just clicked. It was like a map. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. I get that now. And I get the benefit of it from the sense of affiliation, because that's a pain point that I had, and I was looking for something that was going to help me with that, because I've gone down pathways of frustration before with affiliate programs, just so I could understand it, just so I could help charity, because I'm not in it to make money. It doesn't pay enough anyway for me to even think about it that way. So that's how I was able to get it. And when I saw all the other affiliations, and also what BAM said in a couple of the meetings, it just, because I was actually listening to the words that were coming out of his mouth, because my brain creates pictures. When someone's talking, it's like I'm not one of these weird people that I see pictures, but in my head, I'm imagining how I'm getting from point A to point Z, and I'm mapping it out and how that's going to work. So when I saw his site, it coincided with what he was saying, and I could see the direction that he was headed. And I said, okay, he's already laid out the grid, so now he's out there building stronger relationships with the likes of Netflix and others. So now he's going to take this ship and direct it in their direction, because he's already created the roadmap. So to me, I could see that going somewhere. And then in my head, I'm thinking, wait, there's another person that came up in here that says something like that, but he don't look like BAM. He said that he's doing this, but why isn't he collaborating with BAM? Because BAM has already constructed, he's constructed this machine. I would think it'd be more advantageous for someone to link up with him and ride that rocket ship all the way to space like Jeff Bezos just did. So that's how my brain was working.
Wow,
so that's pretty much it.
That's nice. 10K, can I respond to that, please?
Absolutely, yes, brother.
All right, thank you so much, Queen. Greatly appreciate you. Let me add a little bit more data. I was mentioning to Reggie, our president, the other day. I was in the room, and there was some data that was shared that was not 100% accurate, with all due respect. And when you have the founder in the room, it's imperative that the founder make sure that all the data is 100% accurate. And let's see, I think Claudia was in the room. Yeah, there she is. I so appreciate Claudia. Claudia's like, give me the data and where to go find it. I was in Flame's room yesterday, so I saw.
Yes. Hi, Frank.
I appreciate you.
I'm in. I'm gonna win. I don't know how, but I will.
It's all good. But I just so appreciated you saying, where's the data and how can I get to it? And that's the thing, you all. There's so many cappers, as 10K mentioned, in this room, in this Clubhouse.
On this app, not in this app, on the app.
Yeah, I love you, man. You see, I corrected myself, so thank you so much. All right, so let me get to the data. And I'm going to share something also that'll be very useful for Brother Don. My next round, I speak, and in the event that I don't get to it, Don, we'll do a one-on-one regarding getting the data and being able. I'll share it in the room. I think this is all family, so it's all good. So let me do this. Hit my BAM, if you wouldn't mind, please. Go down to my Instagram. And at the top, you'll see my 10KBAM.com. So for us, our brand is BAM. We have the #1 e-commerce collaborative in the world based on our intellectual property called the BAM Circle. And Queen Tiffany, thank you for having interest in reading that too. We'll give you access to that sometime in the near future. Our IP attorney does not like to share that data because it's truly disruptive also, so we can't share it to the public. We only share it with our few investors, but that data is coming soon. So when you hit my 10KBAM.com on my Instagram, I want you to go down over to the left. You'll see Network Marketing Explained. Let me give you just a little bit of backstory. I function as an expert witness, against the network marketing giants. I was expert witness on the 2010 class action lawsuit against Amway. I worked with Willie Gary, the most successful Black attorney in the world, and Robert Shapiro. I also function as an advisor somewhat to the Herbalife case long story short, they settled for $200 million. Amway settled for $150 million. So let's start with this Bible verse, first of all. And that Bible verse is, the time has arrived when people no longer tolerate sound doctrine. The Bible is hundreds of years old, and this is so appropriate for today during COVID time, during just the changes that occurred throughout the country and the world, from a technological perspective as to how money is being made. More people are looking and trying to do something from home than ever before. Now watch this. 40,000 people join a network marketing company daily. And then you look at this brief list of leaders that have promoted network marketing, and all this data you're getting ready to hear and or see for those who have come with me is 100% accurate. And we have a history page where there's videos and data regarding these people. Check this out. President Clinton has promoted network marketing. President Donald Trump is not only promoted, but he's been sued for him leading people down the path of get rich quick. Billionaire Warren Buffett owns a network marketing company. I've spoken from the pulpit twice of Bishop Noel Jones, and it perplexed me the first time I spoke. I'm like, why didn't people take the action? And then I just kind of did a little bit more research. I said, oh, okay, he's letting people down the path of get rich quick through network marketing, with all due respect. And so there's a trust factor that gets pierced. The veil of trust gets pierced when you associate with a network marketing company. With all due respect for all those in the room that are doing it, have done it, or the customers doing this, it's just real. I'm a numbers guy. Scientific methods is not what I think. It's not what I feel. Dr. George Frazier. I've talked with Dr. George about that. I was faculty with Frazier in 2003. I'll leave it at that. U.S. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, she was Herbalife person. State of Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos, the former Secretary of Education. Amway, she's part of the family. Okay, man, this thing is so deep. L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, Herbalife. Bishop Jamal Bryant, he took over New Birth in Atlanta. Huge church, huge, beautiful edifice. YTB Travel, all this stuff is very easily discoverable. Now, watch this. Credibility. If you have been in network marketing, you may have to rebuild your credibility, with all due respect. So now, what brought me to this page? Scroll down. So there are 4 ways to promote a product or service, and one is network marketing. It's been around for a long time. Scroll down and let's talk about the other 3 ways. This is regarding Queen Tiffany calling our model an affiliate strategy. Our model is actually a referral program. And it's interesting how there's a fine line between these models, but there's some things that are very specific. Referral programs, which BAM is, are typically paid. You pay for a product or service, so that your restaurant, a mechanic, a movie even, anything that you pay for and you're pleased with the result of what you receive, and then you want to share that with others. And so the company that has a referral program is going to reward you with a referral fee. Our referral fee is 50%, 25%, 13%. And I want to reiterate, BAM is not a network marketing company. That's the quick version. And then you scroll down to direct selling. That is, you are going to sell a product to individual, period. I'm going to leave that one alone. No recruiting required for direct selling. No recruiting required for referral programs. And then the affiliate programs. Typically, they're free, by the way. The company that was first to make affiliate marketing extremely popular is Amazon. They didn't create the patent for it. Actually, the patent holder sued them for infringing on their patent. And because Amazon had so much money, they settled that one very quietly. However, typically an affiliate program, there's no fee and it's free. And the money you earn in those environments typically is very little. Why? Because when something is free that everybody can do, typically there's not a lot of money to be made. Nice thing is there's no recruiting, but the return on that time and energy is very, very little across the board. So there's my response to our model is a referral program, and affiliates are cool, typically free. Return on that time and energy is very minimal. And I'm gonna stop there. We do some stuff in a large way with the nonprofits, but I'm Brian Franklin. Let's see how many BAMs I have to say. I am done speaking, and I am done. Bam, bam, bam. All right, thank you all so much for listening. I close my mic.
Baby Bam, over here. I have to speak up for Baby K. Baby Bam.
Valley. Valley, yeah. The reason I did that, right? Guys, let me tell you something. Trust is the number one thing. And if you can't have trust embedded within your DNA, there's something wrong with you. And when I saw the program, I looked at it. Valley didn't even think twice to say, Sean, I'm in. Sign me up. And then when I realized, one thing I want you guys all to study here on stage about me, please. I may seem very busy, but I'm laser focused. And I will be observing individuals without they even know what the fuck is happening. And the moment I have enough of inconsistency within them, I'm going to confront them and let them know it's over. It's not to confront them to tell them let's fix this. And I'm not blaming anyone and their business out there. It's just that we operate at a very high standard of integrity and ethics. And it's going to make anyone around us uncomfortable to try to dwell in our space without that level of integrity and ethics. So this is a fair warning sending out to everyone out there. If anything I'm involved in, the ethics is not high enough, that guy right next to me, Bam Nariko, I always tell everyone here on the app, I have one advisor on this app. Within 5 to 7 seconds, no, sorry, I'm cheating him. 7 seconds, Bam will let me know if it's a yes or a no. And every time Bam give me less than 10 out of 10 on something, there was a fucking problem with it. Okay, I'll just leave it as that.
And those are our terms of service, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
I just wanted to comment on that. So, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that. But the reason why I jumped on it when you brought it up was because I do want to increase my followers, but not increasing my followers is more so just so that I can reach more people. So, what my last concern was paying the money and that it was or was not going to work out, or that maybe because you had already said if it didn't work out that you would refund whoever signed up. So let's forget about me for a second. But I will say, because it's you, I more so had the trust to do so, because and we talked about this yesterday, so I missed you. I hate that I missed you yesterday in your own room, but we had a good time yesterday in the afternoon. But not everybody, and I'm very straightforward. I mean, I'm not as straightforward as you, because we said that yesterday. Like, you have thin coming in the 10K room may not be the room for you, because he's a real MFer. I mean, so he's going to say it just the way it is. If you don't like it, then you may not want to be here. But at the end of the day, if you need to get your business on point with having your 10K card, then even if you don't care for Sean's personality, and I'm just going to put that out there, put that to the side and handle your business. So those are really two different things to me. But my personal experience has been just being in the app and dealing with some other people. Everybody ain't who the hell they say they are. So I too will cut your ass off, and I'm not gonna invest. I don't care how much your shit is, what you claim it is. Your shit ain't what you say that it is. And I personally have experienced that. Now, Sean is real. His business is real. The 10K card is real. It's phenomenal. It's sexy. It does all that you need it to do. And this is why I try to come to the room as much as I can. What I have noticed for me personally, and I've kind of stepped back maybe in the last 2 to 3 weeks because my grandbaby has really been sick, so we got a little family thing going on. But also, I'm trying to take more action in the things that I've been needing to do. But Clubhouse I was letting it consume a lot of my time, and my time is in the field. I'm in the field a lot with my buyers, my sellers, inspectors, investors. So being on the Clubhouse, the app sometimes has distracted me. So I've said, okay, let me start setting a little boundaries on what I need to be doing, so I can also pivot my business into some of the things that I want to do. So I love you and I respect you to the utmost of that. And I'm here. I'm a ride or die, as they say. 10K card, member, family member, and I got your back. And it's all good.
And you want to hear something so funny, Valley? Okay.
I just walked into something spicy.
Oh yeah, give me one right here to you, brother. I want to hear something so funny, Valley. This is why I will encourage everyone to be an entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur, that is, because there's some entrepreneurs. So as a true entrepreneur, you can tell your mind as it is. You don't give a fuck who it offends. if their moral code does not align itself with yours. And too often I see people biting their tongue. And Valley, the reason I would always come out public like this, I know the love my team members have for me. I will continuously keep working at earning that love. And most importantly, I could have called you one-on-one and told you that shit. Nope, that's not what I do. Because I want anyone in the audience that's considering collaborating with me, if you don't get your fucking shit right, it's not going to be pretty. And could I have made a few phone calls and tried to straighten things out or find out what's happening? The answer was yes. But here's the problem. I've spoken to Tiffany enough. Tiffany is a fucking angel in disguise. Tiffany is always adding value everywhere she goes. And when I heard Tiffany frustrated and upset, I was like, nope, this is one angel upset too much. And I toss out the entire fucking business relationship all because of one angel. If you're not making decisions from the right place, guys, you're going to be full of regrets at the end of your time. So my recommendation, one second here, Captain Nunn, my recommendation is everyone always live from your heart. Look how powerful this endorsement is. I am not even 100% aware of how Don's method works. But because I met him as an individual, I know him as a person. He is a good fucking human being. No bullshit, no fugazi. And it's just for us to go to his presentation tomorrow on Zoom, get a better understanding of what he does, and then we start promoting his product as much as we're promoting BAM and JLo. Because no one will get a chance to promote the pill method until they sit into his presentation. Because he is the one who started off by saying, I don't want anyone promoting my product that doesn't have a full understanding as to what it is. So Don, I commend you, and that's another attribute towards your character as well. You wanted to say something, Don?
Yeah, because at first I thought you were talking about me getting ready to cut you off. I didn't mean